Thanks, Gregor. Morning, Mark. Just how did you go through the process of dealing with what happened on Saturday? Obviously you haven't been benched very often in your career. What's the process like of working through that?
Go work on your game. Go. That's about it. You go to work. Come to the rink and work hard, and that's about it.
We'll go next to Mike Mcintyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Mark, we heard Paul explain, I guess, the other night what was behind that. He said sometimes your competitive nature gets the best of you. What did you take that to mean, and what do you think was behind sort of sitting for a while there?
Yeah, I understand where he's coming from. I don't agree with him benching me, so but we don't have to agree on everything. He's my coach, I'm the player. We don't have to agree on everything. So that's the business of sports. So I'll be ready to play tonight, and that's about it.
We'll go next to Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
Thanks, Gregor. Hey, Mark. So as you're sitting there and you don't get out, and then a power play even comes by, are you teed off? Does it light a fire? What kind of emotions are you going through?
Everything. You're definitely pretty pissed off. I understand where he was coming from, but like I said before, like I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree with it. At the time it took place, and the magnitude of the game. So I definitely didn't agree with it. So we'll leave it at that.
We'll go next to Kelly Moore from 680 CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hey, good morning, Mark. Judging by all the conversations that were taking place on the ice Saturday night, you weren't the only one that was angry or PO'd. I'm just wondering, can you carry that over into tonight, that passion and that emotion against a team that has had your number for the last 4 games?
Oh, for sure. We know we have a tough test in Edmonton tonight. We know, what they bring. We know we have to obviously watch, Connor and Leon. We got to, obviously they've had our number a little bit. So, that's a full team effort. We got to be prepared for that. We got to be, we got to be ready to be on our toes the entire night and be at our best, and have fun.
We'll go next to Sarah Lasky from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hey, Mark, maybe just to follow up on that, if you could elaborate a little bit on what you guys need to do, be in a little bit more detail than, be on your toes in terms of how you need to respond after the way the last few games have gone.
Yeah. It's just a matter of getting to our game, knowing what, what our game is, what makes us best and what makes us the Winnipeg Jets. And, I think that's the biggest thing, is just knowing what makes us best. And I think we've gotten away from that a little bit, last few games. And, we have a lot of character in this room, a lot of guys that work so hard in this room. And, we have to get back to what makes us the Winnipeg Jets. And, that starts here tonight.
We'll go next to Mitchell Clinton from Jets TV. Go ahead, Mitch.
Hey, Mark, obviously you've played with Andrew Kopp before, maybe not as much with Mason Appleton at the NHL level. Just curious what you think that line's capable of and what Mason can possibly bring to that trio.
Yeah, obviously I've played with Copper a lot, and he's obviously a fantastic player, having a great year and only getting better. So obviously always excited to play with him, and definitely have only had a few shifts with Appy over the years, but he's a guy that's improved a lot this year as well. He's strong, he's fast, good on loose pucks, good in the ozone, has a good stick. He kind of does it all. And, I'm looking to have some fun with those guys tonight, and, obviously take on a challenge of playing against some pretty special players on the other side. So, we have to take pride in that. And I think the biggest thing, we just have to work hard, have fun, and let the rest take over.
Go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Thanks, Gregor. Hey, Mark, when you talk about, using the situation in the last game about getting better, that's how you respond to it, you go get better. How do you go about holding on to that, using that as fuel, but at the same time, you said you were pissed off about the situation. How do you go about using it as fuel, but at the same time kind of burying that part of it so that it doesn't affect, relationships on the team or tension?
Well, yeah, I used yesterday as that. I came to the rink, I worked on some things. I had a good skate. I focused on some things that I wanted to improve on, and now it's forgotten about. We're focused on the Edmonton Oilers. It's not about anything else other than our task at hand for me and for the entire team, and that's my focus. We're here to play against Edmonton Oilers, and that's it.
We'll go next to Jack Michaels from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Jack.
On that subject, Mark, the Oilers, it seems like the top four in the North have a better record away from home than they do at home. What really is on the line here the last couple of weeks? Not just for Winnipeg, but for all the clubs, with home ice advantage seemingly not the advantage one would think, especially without fans.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to go into the playoffs, rolling. No one wants to go into the playoffs, not unsure about their game, or you're not feeling it. You want to go into the game feeling like you want to go into the playoffs feeling like you're rolling and your team's in a good place. And that starts here tonight. Obviously the last few haven't been our best, and we have to go into tonight, trying to get things back on track. And that's got to be from everyone.
And final question to Jim Matheson. Go ahead, Jim.
Mark, you're a center. Is it more difficult playing the Oilers when Leon and Connor are on different lines, or more difficult when they're on the same line and the first and second leading scorers in the NHL are on one line?
I think it depends on the night. Obviously when they put both those guys out together, they bring so much, but they also bring such a different element to the game. So, I don't know the question there. I think it depends on the night, but when either of them is on the ice, you have to be prepared. You have to be, ready for it. You got to be prepared. You got to be on your toes, because, they're going to make you pay. You give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. And, that's something that we have to be aware of today. We have to, make sure they don't get all that time and space. We got to make sure, we don't give them those odd man rushes and let them take advantage of that and let their skill come out. So, I'm not going to give you all the secrets, but we definitely have to be prepared for tonight and be prepared to defend and make those reads all over the ice.